Hello children, we are discussing assignment related to the topic is matter pure. So in that first question, when can we say a particular solution is dilute solution? So if that solution contains small amount of solute, if that solution contains small amount of solute, then that solution is called diluted solution. Next, second question, what are the factors which depends on solubility? Solubility means amount of solute dissolved in 100 grams of solvent at constant temperature is called solubility. So the factors mainly which affects the solubility is nature of solute, like its physical appearance or size of the particles. Next, as in the same way, nature of solvent, and here the solubility phenomenon depends on likes dissolves in likes. Based on that, so the physical appearance, solid components dissolved in solid components, polar, mainly polar and non-polar. Polar components dissolved in polar solvents, non-polar components dissolved in non-polar solvents. Best polar solvent, universal solvent is water. Next, like that, nature of solute, nature of solvent. So regarding its polar nature or size of the particle, like that. Next, third factor is temperature. So by increasing temperature, the solution can dissolve more amount of solute. Such type of solutions are called supersaturated solutions. So temperature may also affect the solubility of the solution. Next, third question, if you have seen problem, the solution contains 50 grams of common salt in 200 grams of water. Then calculate its concentration in terms of mass by mass percentage. So what is the given data? Given data from the problem is weight of solute, let it be W1, 50 grams, that is common salt. Next, weight of solvent given, that is 200 grams. Here the solvent is water. Solute is salt, common salt, solvent is water. So we are going to calculate what? Weight, mass, concentration in terms of mass by mass percentage. So what is the formula for mass by mass percentage? Mass by mass percentage formula, mass of solute, weight of solute, that is W1 by mass of solution, let it be W1 plus W1, solute plus solvent collectively, which gives the information about solution, W1 plus W into 100. Then substitute the data in the formula. So that is 50 by 50 plus 200 into 100. So that is equals to 50 by 250 into 100. 0 get cancelled. So 25 2s 50. So 2 into 10, 20%. 20% by mass. It's a concentration. Next, go for fourth question. Define and give an example for colloid and suspension. So colloid means colloid. Next, B, suspension. So both are heterogeneous mixtures only. Both are heterogeneous mixtures. This is a heterogeneous mixture and this is also a heterogeneous mixture. It's not a homogeneous. Heterogeneous means you can experience the solute and solvent particles. We have to separate the solute and solvent particles by simple techniques. Heterogeneous mixtures. So what is the main difference which differentiates these both liquids mixtures means size of the particles. Here the particles, in this case, in case of colloids, particles particles we cannot see with naked eye, whereas in case of suspensions we can see the particles, with naked eye, that makes the difference. Here the example, but the best example of colloidal solution is milk. Milk is the best example, and blood also. Blood is the best example for colloidal solution. Next, here the examples, in addition to that, C is butter, so all we can consider as colloids. Whereas suspensions, best example sand in water. We can see the sand particles in water. So we can't see solute particles in milk, we can't see solute particles in blood. So but we can experience the particles, the movement of particles by exposing the light, beam of light on it. So the colloidal solutions, the special property of colloidal solutions is exhibiting Tyndall effect. So exhibiting Tyndall effect is the special property of colloidal solutions, which can, so by when that exposing the light we can see that, in that case we can see the particle size. So in the direct case we can't see particles, but even though this is a heterogeneous mixture. Next, sand in water, chalk powder in water, starch solution, all those are the examples of suspensions. Next we'll go for the fifth question. See the fifth question, give some daily life experiences where we can observe Tyndall effect. Now only we have discussed that Tyndall effect is the special property of colloidal solutions which can scatter the beam of light. In that we can see while scattering we can observe the particles. While scattering a light we can observe the movement of the particles. While scattering a light, not before scattering light. So while scattering a light we can see the movement of particles. So such type of solutions are called colloidal solutions. So before exposing a light we can't see the particles. After exposing the light we can see the particles with our naked eye. So suspensions, no doubt, before and after we can experience the size of the particles with our naked eye. So such type of solutions, there's a colloidal solution. Tyndall effect is the special property of the colloidal solutions. So where we can in daily life where we can experience the Tyndall effect means in dark room. Completely closed to dark room, we can experience the opening window. Sun rays are exposing through the window. We can observe that dust particles are roaming or moving in the direction of the sun ray. We can experience this is one of the daily life example regarding Tyndall effect. And next one more example is dense forest. When dense forest or the roads, both sides of the road, if dense, more number of trees, a lot of trees on both sides of the road, we can experience while roaming on the road, we can experience the sun rays, falling of sun rays in the gap between the branches and leaves of the trees is an example of, is a process of Tyndall effect. And we can experience in cinema theaters the ray projecting from the projector. So which when exposed to the screen we can observe, we can enjoy the movie, no problem. So the way of moving this ray from the projector, if you have observed, means most of you have observed the dust particles are roaming on that ray of projector. You can experience that is a Tyndall effect. So without this ray we can't experience the movement of the particles. We can't see movement of the particles. So when the light is exposed, so the dust particles are moving. So we can experience, in that case we can see the dust particles. That is the special characterization of colloidal solutions. So colloidal solutions. Smoke in an example of, we can take it as smoke. Here smoke is there. That is an example of colloidal mixture. So one more example is the smoke released in kitchen when exposed to sun rays, when it is reached to window, kitchen window. So we can experience that. In that case also we can experience the Tyndall effect. Smoke released while cooking food in kitchen. So that's all for this assignment. Thank you.